The number every Z fan has been waiting for. Nissan just made it official. The 2027 Z NISMO starts at $68,505, and for American sports car enthusiasts, that number matters far more than it might first appear. This is not just a routine price update. This is the price of the manual transmission NISMO, the 6-speed, 3-pedal configuration that the Z community has been begging Nissan to build since the current generation Z returned to showrooms in 2022. For years, the NISMO trim was locked to an automatic-only configuration, a genuinely frustrating limitation for a car whose entire badge exists to signal maximum driver engagement. Nissan finally listened, and today's pricing announcement confirms the manual and the 9-speed automatic sit at the exact same price point, meaning American buyers do not pay a single extra dollar for the privilege of rowing their own gears. At $68,505, the NISMO sits above the sport and performance trims, but well below its most direct European rivals. And that pricing decision alone is the biggest story in the affordable sports car segment this week. This is what that number actually buys you. What $68,505 actually gets you. For that price, American buyers get a 420 horsepower, 384 lb-ft twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6, a genuine step up over the 400 horsepower engine in the sport and performance trims below it. That number also includes GTR-derived 2-piece iron aluminum front brake rotors, shedding nearly 19 pounds of unsprung weight while improving thermal capacity for repeated hard stops. Hardware borrowed directly from Nissan's flagship supercar. The price covers the choice between that new 6-speed manual, engineered specifically for NISMO, with a shorter shift throw and an upgraded clutch, or the 9-speed automatic, with zero premium attached to either choice. It also includes NISMO-specific suspension and steering tuning, 19-inch NISMO Rays forged wheels, and the aggressive 3-piece rear spoiler that generates real aerodynamic downforce rather than existing for looks alone. For American buyers cross-shopping this segment, $68,505 is a genuinely competitive number, undercutting the Porsche 718 Cayman, the BMW M2, and coming in close to a well-optioned Ford Mustang Dark Horse, while offering hardware and heritage none of those rivals can fully match. Why this price point matters for America right now. America's sports car market has been steadily shrinking for years as buyers migrate toward SUVs and trucks, which makes Nissan's decision to price the manual NISMO at parity with the automatic a genuinely bold, enthusiast-first move rather than a safe corporate calculation. At $68,505, the Z NISMO becomes one of the last remaining new cars in America where manual transmission is not treated as a stripped-down, budget alternative, but as a full-feature performance option priced identically to the more common automatic. This pricing news lands at a moment when manual transmissions are disappearing from nearly every other manufacturer's lineup, making Nissan's stance feel less like a footnote and more like a statement of intent for the enthusiast community. It also positions the NISMO as a genuine value story against costlier European rivals, giving American buyers a legitimate reason to choose Japanese engineering and heritage styling over a badge with a higher price tag and a smaller feature set. For anyone who has been waiting years for Nissan to finally get the NISMO right, this price confirms the wait was worth it. Powertrain and performance. 420 HP, a real manual and GTR DNA. At the heart of the NISMO sits a NISMO-tuned 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 producing 420 horsepower and 384 lb-ft of torque. A genuine 20 horsepower, 34 lb-ft step up over the Z Sport and performance trims below it, which share the same basic architecture but not the same output. The new 6-speed manual is not a generic parts bin transmission. It was engineered specifically for the NISMO, with an upgraded clutch and a revised shift lever ratio that delivers a noticeably shorter, more mechanical-feeling shift stroke than anything Nissan has offered in this car before. Alongside the manual, Nissan retuned the active sound enhancement and active noise cancellation systems specifically to complement the rhythm of manual gear changes, meaning the exhaust and induction note you hear through the cabin has been recalibrated rather than simply carried over from the automatic. Every Nismo also gets GTR-derived two-piece iron aluminum front brake rotors, shaving nearly 19 pounds of unsprung weight while improving thermal capacity for repeated hard stops. A genuine piece of supercar engineering trickling down into a sub-$70,000 sports car. The suspension and steering have been retuned to match the character of the new gearbox, and a 9-speed automatic remains available at the identical price for buyers who prefer it. Exterior and design. Heritage styling meets track purpose. The 2027 Z wears a refreshed front end that deliberately evokes the original 240Z, with a new dedicated Z badge replacing the Nissan logo up front. A small change that reinforces the car's identity as a standalone icon rather than just a performance trim of a mainstream badge. The Nismo-specific bodywork carries over its 3-piece rear spoiler, generating genuine aerodynamic downforce for high-speed stability rather than existing purely for visual drama. A new Shinkai green pearl metallic paint option joins the lineup, giving the Nismo a distinctive, ocean-inspired color identity that stands apart from typical sports car palettes. The 19-inch Nismo Ray's forged wheels are lightweight, track-proven, and specific to this trim, contributing directly to the car's reduced unsprung mass alongside the new brake hardware. Interior, technology, and safety. Driver-focused with real, everyday usability. Inside, Nismo-specific Alcantara and leather sport seats with red stitching hold the driver firmly in place, paired with a flat-bottom Alcantara-wrapped steering wheel. And for the first time, a new tan interior option is available alongside the standard graphite scheme. The cabin runs a 12.3-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus an available Bose Performance Series audio system standard on Nismo. On safety, Nissan Safety Shield 360 comes standard across the lineup, including automatic emergency braking, blind spot warning, and rear cross-traffic alert, while adaptive cruise control is available on Nismo for genuine long-distance usability alongside its track day character. Is $68,505 the right number? At $68,505, the 2027 Nissan Z NISMO earns its price through genuine engineering rather than badge inflation. The GTR brake hardware, the manual-specific chassis tuning, the retuned exhaust note, and the zero premium transmission choice all reflect real investment rather than a simple sticker bump. For American buyers who have spent years watching manual transmissions vanish from performance car lineups one badge at a time, this pricing announcement is close to the best possible outcome the community could have realistically hoped for. It is not a cheap car, but it is a fairly priced one, and against its closest rivals it represents one of the strongest value propositions in the sport car segment today. If this news excites you as much as it excites us, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Is $68,505 the right price for the manual Nismo, or were you hoping Nissan would go lower?